So today in this video we are going to learn about types of precipitation, and this is in continuation with our previous session that included precipitation, its form and its types. So we also saw that precipitation is defined as the process in which the moisture comes on the earth's surface from atmosphere in any form, and that forms includes rain, snow, snowfall, rainfall, hail, slit, glaze, dew, etc. Okay, so here today we are going to see the types of precipitation. So types of precipitation or the classification of precipitation is generally carried out depending upon the kind of uplifting of air masses that takes place in different conditions. Okay, so here starting with the first type of precipitation, which is cyclonic or frontal precipitation. So in this kind of precipitation, you can see that the warm moist air masses meets the zone of cold air masses and causing the warm air mass to lift at higher altitude, resulting in condensation and heavy rainfall. So here this is the surface of the earth and this is the zone of cold air, while this is the zone of warm air. So when this zone of warm moist air comes in contact with this zone of cold air, it gets uplifted at a higher altitude, of course, because the weight of this warm moist air is less than that of the cold air, and as it gets lifted to a higher altitude, it gets condensed and results in heavy rainfall. So if such kind of precipitation is occurring, then it is known as cyclonic or frontal precipitation, where warm moist air meets the zone of cold air. It reaches to a higher altitude because of its lesser weight and then result in condensation and heavy rainfall. Then talking about second kind of precipitation, which is convective precipitation. So such kind of precipitation occurs generally in tropical countries. Okay, so what happen over here, that in tropical countries the earth's surface gets heated during the daytime, and as the day reaches towards the night time, the colder air moves and takes the place of warmer air, while the warmer air moves up into the atmosphere at a higher altitude, resulting in condensation and heavy rainfall of shorter duration. So convective type of precipitation occurs when warm moist air masses rises to a higher altitude, generally in tropical countries, and then causing condensation and heavy rainfall of shorter duration. And the third type of precipitation is orographic precipitation, and this kind of precipitation occurs when the air masses which are striking some natural topographic barriers like mountains can't move forward, as a result of which they move to a higher altitude, causing condensation and heavy rainfall. So again, if you can see, this is the cross section of earth. Here a mountain is drawn. Now when this warm moist air masses travel along the mountain, and when it strikes these mountains, it cannot move forward, as a result of which it moves in the upward direction at a higher altitude, resulting in condensation and precipitation. So I hope now you are clear with three kinds of precipitation, that is cyclonic or frontal precipitation, convective precipitation and orographic precipitation. So cyclonic or frontal precipitation takes place when the warm moist air masses meets the cold air masses, as a result of which, because of lighter weight of warm air masses, it lifts to a higher altitude, causing condensation and precipitation. Then convective precipitation takes place in mostly tropical countries, where the earth's surface gets heated up during the daytime, and during the night time those warm moist air masses move to a higher altitude, resulting in condensation and precipitation. And the third type of precipitation is orographic precipitation, which occurs when the warm moist air masses strikes some mountainous regions, as a result of which they can't move forward and lift to a higher altitude, forming clouds and then resulting in rainfalls. Thank you.